Hello good people, this monster of a case beside me is the new, bigger and better O11 Dynamic EVO XL from Lian. As you can see, it's gigantic in size, can fit another PC in here as well, but it's not just another O11, it does come with some cool new stuff, so let's dive in. Looking for affordable Windows or Office keys? Look no further, I got you covered. Head over to scdkey.com, pick your Windows edition, use my discount code LE25 to get a 25% on any Windows or Office products. Once you complete your order, after a few seconds you will receive your code. In Windows, go to Settings, there should be an Activate Windows prompt at the bottom. Click that, enter your code and wait for Windows to finish activation. To check the activation status, use the command prompt with the command slmgr.vbs/xpr and you should receive a notification that the machine is permanently activated. Once again, use code LE25 at scdkey.com. Visually speaking, it has that familiar O11 Dynamic EVO look, but in fact, it's a much bigger case. Dimensions are 522 deep, 304 wide and 532 mm tall. It's a big boy alright, but in fact, it's a lighter case than the previous non-XL model, at least to me, because panels are now made from aluminum, thus reducing the overall weight of the case. If we look at the case from the front, the same design with a button and controls on the side. The LED strip is there, those are the big power buttons which can be pressed from the side as well, reset button and mode button and color button for the included RGB strip alongside the front edge as well. As an upgrade, the front I/O panel is now larger, giving us 4 USB 3.0 ports instead of 2 USB-C port and headphone and mic combo jack. To get to the inside of the case, the same principle applies as before. Remove the top panel first, so you can gain access to the 2 screws holding the side and front glass panels. From there, it's just a matter of removing the panels. They are held by pegs and secured at the bottom with the recessed holes. The screws on top are just a security measure for transport, you don't need to use them later on. The first innovation that I think everyone will welcome is the removable front column right here. So there are just 4 screws holding the metal bar here, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Remove them and you can just put the panels back, and that will give you that seamless fish tank look, so you can display your components in their full glory. Actually, a lot of people did this mod on the original O11D EVO case. It involved removing the paint from the glass strip here, cutting the column and repainting everything, putting it all back. It's a lot of hassle, but it does give a nice visual boost in return. But Lian stepped in and offered us this as a stock option now. 2 glass pieces are cut at a 45-degree angle here where they meet together to give us the perfect seamless joint here. Nice touch. Looking at the interior of this case, it's vast, it's huge, enormous. Honestly, just look how much space you have above and below the motherboard. There are rubber grommets on all holes, there is no hole uncovered with rubber. Side rubber grommets are now larger inside, so you can seamlessly route all the cables without bending them. They will exit straight where they need to be. The motherboard support is up to extended ATX under 280mm and of course everything below that. But check this thing, see these screws at the back and the 2 here on the MOBO tray? Remove these and voila, you can take the whole motherboard tray outside to install the board easier, but not only that, you can remove these bars at the top or at the bottom, which then gives you the possibility to mount the complete motherboard tray up top or closer to the bottom. Put back the covers to seal the holes at the back and you can install bigger radiators for custom loops and such in this way. I mean, there is a lot of space left on all sides. If you mount the tray in the upper position, this will give you 46mm of space left up top and 126mm in the bottom. In the default middle position, space is more or less even, 82 at the top and 90mm at the bottom. And of course, in the lowest position, upper space is 118mm and you are left with 54mm at the bottom. Do not worry about positioning the tray, just check at the back. Each position has these holes and motherboard tray has tabs that just click into place. After that, it's just a matter of tightening the screws all by hand, since it's literally a toolless experience. All this extra space leaves extra room for beefier water cooling components, thicker radiators, push-pull radiators and such. Regarding the CPU cooler clearance here, we are looking at 167mm max, and for the GPU you are left with 460mm, so you can put enormous GPUs here. You can notice that here in the back there is space for a single 120mm fan, just as before. It's bummer that this is not 140mm space, at least. Would be nice if the case was just that much wider because of the new RTX 40 cards and their infamous connectors. But since you can mount GPU here in various ways like upright or vertical, that's not an issue at all. But if you move the motherboard tray in the bottom position, there are two holes up here that can be used to attach two 120mm fans here in the back. So this beats the need for a single 140mm fan here in the back. So imagine that there was space for two 140mm fans here. That would be cool. The PCI bracket mounting system also received a revision. There are two flaps here, little doors. These are held by magnets in place and also secured with a thumb screw. But on the inside there are no more screws keeping the cards in place. We have tabs or pins. Just put a card in place, align it with the pins and close the door. Simple as that. PCI brackets do not have the middle columns, which of course, as before, gives you the option to mount GPU in a vertical position using the revised 4-slot vertical GPU bracket, which is of course sold separately. I like to call this case a DLC case since it has so many different accessories available for it. Removing the bottom fan bracket is easy, two screws holding it and just slide it to get it out. It supports up to 3 140mm fans or up to 420mm radiators, which is a step up now from the regular model of this case. Underneath it there is a full fine mesh dust cover that goes out from the side, just pull it and it will slide out easily. Same goes for the top fan mounting rail, two screws and it goes out, and this time it goes out from the top, which is good since you can mount a radiator up there or an AIO and just drop it all together from above. The fan support is up to 3 140mm fans here or 420 radiators as well. The side fan mount is also revised with a few twists. It also supports 3 140mm fans or 420 radiators, but if you install 3 120mm fans here, you get these covers that just snap in place, so you can cover all the potential air gaps or pockets or just holes to make it better visually looking. The complete fan bracket can be rotated in 4 ways. You see that in one orientation fans are closer to the back of the case and closer to the front of the case. You can rotate it to be closer to the inside of the case or closer to the side of the case. I mean, you have 4 possibilities here, use it at your convenience. As before, you can also invert the layout of the case, removing bottom 4 screws alongside each edge of the case and lift case from the feet base. Just rotate it and don't forget to remove the front I/O panel first, like I did here. I forgot it. You get the idea how to do it. I did not remove the front panel, so yeah, I admit it, I was lazy. Also, I don't like the inverted layout, but some of you might. Moving to the back side of the case, same panel as before, completely perforated for airflow. It's also made from aluminum and reinforced with a plastic frame inside as well for rigidity. It's held only by pegs now, and here is a new thing: cable cover tray on hinges and toolless HDD drive cages, which are also on hinges, so installing hard drives or 2.5-inch SSDs is a breeze now. First, the middle column is held only with magnets. Just open it up and this will reveal all the cables inside, which we will check in a minute. Just swivel the hard drive cage to the side, open a screw up top to gain access to the tray itself, mount the drive and just insert it inside. These are also hot swappable now, meaning they come with SATA power and data cables as well. Such a cool option. They also support mounting of 15mm thick fans on each cage for further cooling the drives if needed. You can also mount several SSDs on a side of the swivel door as well. It's a bit tedious process with rubber inserts, but it's doable of course. The inevitable Lian and their Bauer logo badge is also included, it goes right here. So let's talk about cable management now. When you open the little door behind it, you can notice a bunch of holes that can be used to mount drives. Yes, but you see, we get these brackets that use the same mounting system. You can take it off and reposition it where you want. You can also rotate it and position them in 90-degree orientation. Plus, you will be getting one more extra in the box. All of them also have Velcro straps for little extra management as well. They are also perfect for mounting Lian hubs and controllers. The front I/O panel connectors now include two USB 3.0 cables, one USB-C, which is not angled anymore, and that is actually a good thing since on the EVO model, the regular model, this could be a potential issue on some boards as it will interfere with the GPU anti-sag bracket. We have an HD audio jack as well as an ARGB connector for the front RGB strip. The PSU goes in the middle now and there is no option for it to go anywhere else. Technically this is the best place anyhow, since majority of cables will go down and up and meet in the middle, but of course I like having options so I can choose where it goes. Could have been easily in any place where cages are too. Up to 220mm in length PSUs are supported here. Oh, the hard drive cages are easily removable, so if you are not using one, you can gain valuable space for the cable management, just remove the cage if necessary. In the top left corner there is a screw that prevents the removal of this side fan bracket, since you can mount a GPU here as well using the optional upright GPU mounting kit, just like I did here. This is now mandatory, so you don't just accidentally press it while the GPU is in there, as things could go kaboom. Lian also went a step further and included dust filters for each fan placement, so you get additional flimsy magnetic dust filters for the back panel that goes on these rails here, and you also get another one that can go up top. Adding these is of course optional and technically not needed since it will reduce airflow. Those tiny holes on the panel are enough to act as a dust filter. There are just additional layer of protection. There is something else I noticed in the front of the case that is most probably left for a future DLC. Sorry, accessory. Given the fact that EVO model had a mesh front panel, I can see holes here for the rails, but something doesn't add up, or I am missing something. But I think I know how it will go. You see holes on the side do not align properly for the 140mm fan. They do for 120mm fan, but I think that there will be some rails that go on the side to support 120 or 140 using these two holes here. But on the further ones, I believe we could be seeing appearance of the 160 or even 180mm fans, much like on the Lian 216 model. So possibly we could use those fans with additional mesh front kit. This would be awesome for airflow, literally amazing. I hope so that Lian will release this DLC mesh kit additional accessory in the future. As for the front I/O panel, you can position it on 3 locations. 2 are technically the same, front or back if you reverse the frame, and here on a side as well. It's a simple process, just pull the tab, slide it out, rinse and repeat for the next location. I like how it looks here on the side. More accessible here if you keep your case on the desk on the right side, so you can easily swap USB flash drives and such. There is one more revised DLC that you will be getting in the box too, GPU anti-sag bracket 2.0, now supporting both ATX and extended ATX boards. In this config it's used for extended ATX boards, but only this little thing part with sliding mechanism is used on ATX boards. I think that they nailed the design and actually ease of use with it. Just press the little tab on the side and adjust the height. The pin on the back will hold it in place without the need to wiggle anything or screw anything. Clean and easy solution. Also, this little screw box is present with the case. Overall, it's a big step up from the regular EVO model, especially for enthusiasts, since it offers so much versatility in terms of possible configs with 420 radiators, 140mm fans everywhere, 2 more possible GPU locations, upright, vertical, and you can also use AIO on the side as well. This in fact gives you so many different results for temperature tests. I use the upright GPU here with 12900K from Intel and Galahad AIO mounted up top. My CPU never exceeded 78 degrees and GPU was sitting at comfortable 66 degrees at full load. These large 140mm fans here at the bottom gives it plenty of fresh air. Just imagine how much would a mesh front kit add to it. Of course, mounting a GPU in vertical or regular orientation will give you different results, as well as mounting AIO up top or on the side, because you can use the exhaust mode or the intake mode on the side as well. This will of course give you very different results for both CPU and GPU temperatures as well. For the regular EVO model, the best one was to use the GPU vertically and the AIO on the side as an exhaust. This combo gave best temperatures for both CPU and GPU. I believe it translates to this case as well, but we shall see that in the future, as I did not have that much time to test all the possible outcomes. So we now come to the conclusion of this video, and of course the price for this case, which is $235 for the black model and $245 for the white model. The black one has brushed aluminum here on the side panel and it looks better than the white visually, but you know me and my affection for the white cases. Just don't tell anyone, but they look better on the video. Yeah. Anyhow guys, the case is incredible, it deserves every praise, and it was the one that paved the way for these dual chamber design cases and so many clones on the market, but there is only one O11 and nothing will change that. It's just bigger, better and XL now. Thanks for watching guys, I hope you liked the video, sub to the channel, it really means a lot, like and share the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and if you have any questions regarding the case, you know where to leave them. We also have a Discord server, so you can join that too. See you in the next one.